Lottie, this is Simon with the black head, and then we've got 3 other lambs that are here to be bottle fed at the moment. I'm going to pop Simon and Torty away if I can, but I think they'll just keep breaking out in all honesty, because they're very excited for their food. But I just want to feed the other 2 first so that they have the warmest milk. If you're just joining, we've got ewes in the barn. Yeah, I'm going to have to pop them away. We've got ewes in the barn that are due to give birth any time, so obviously they could go into labour whilst we're on this live. So we'll keep an eye on them and see how they get on. Keep you updated with any improvements or changes, with anything there. Hold on a second. Bear with me. Let me just touch that. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry. I'm just here. Right, there we go. Hopefully they're stuck in there now. Hi. So we've got this lamb here, which we've taken off Mum. You can probably see which number she was. It was a 27, but unfortunately Mum just doesn't seem to be doing so well with feeding it. It is a twin, so we've left the other one with her. So this is its first time drinking on the bottle. But she just doesn't seem to be very good at keeping hold of 2 lambs. Don't forget to like the live as well. How is the ewe and the lamb from earlier? She was letting it drink all by herself. So she was letting it drink whilst I was in the pen with her. I had a good chat with her. And I know that sounds like I'm a little bit doolally, but sometimes I do genuinely think that I don't think they can understand us, but they can understand that we're not worried about the lamb. So hopefully they're not worried about the lamb is my sort of idea. So yeah, we're not going to be live for crazy long unless something's giving birth. I don't have a huge amount of battery, I don't think, actually. Oh, I've got 47%, we'll see how we do. But yeah, so this little lamb is just having a bit of milk. It's quite hungry at the moment, so that's my priority. And then we've got 2 others as well to feed. So yeah, they're doing all right. But basically, even when we were out of the pen, she then went and let it feed. So that's really good. That's the Herdwick ewe. If you missed that live, you can go back and rewatch it on YouTube. So that's really good. We started off on a TikTok, but I'll be honest, I just don't have the patience for the little children that are off school at the moment and think that it's a good idea to troll and mass report a business. This is our business, this is how we earn money, and it's our livelihood, and they just think it's funny. So if you don't know, we got the live stream got like a violation because my daughter was with me. I have a 1-year-old. She was on my back, she wasn't in the live. We just showed her literally 2 times for seconds each time, and they managed to do that. Put my hood up. Why? I've got 2 hoods. I don't need to put my hood up. Why? There must be a reason, but I don't know. Why? Hello everybody. Thank you for the likes as well. So we're not going to have as many people on the live, I'm sure, compared to TikTok. But hey, did the ewe take her lamb from this morning? She's okay with it at the moment. So she's just literally right behind the camera. But yeah, we're good. We're okay. How are you all? Are you well? This little lamb, we've taken it off of Mum, so it was numbered up, and we were at one point happy with it, but we're now not happy with it. So Mum is out in the field, but this little lamb is not. So we've left Mum and the other lamb, so it was a twin, but it's obviously now a single. It will dribble it all out. I know. It's because it's his first time drinking on the bottle. They kind of spill more than they really drink, but it's going to have to learn because it's too old to be fostered onto another ewe, I think. I don't think another ewe would take it, sadly. So I just wanted to get some milk into it. So it's had a little bit, but not a lot. We might just have to tube it a little bit. How's Joey and Owen? I assume they're okay. They are my nephews, if you don't know. But they're at home, I guess. I don't know where they are, but yeah. How did the storm affect you much? Well, I didn't think it did, but then we realised that actually it has caused quite a bit of like cracking on the roof sheets. Some of them we needed to replace anyway, but there's some of them that we weren't going to replace because they weren't broken, and now they are. So yeah, it's quite frustrating actually. It's probably cost us, I don't know, but probably between £200 and £500 in like fixing work, which could be a lot worse. But it's also not worth putting it through the insurance, so we wouldn't really cover the excess, I guess. But also we lost 2 lambs as well, so that's kind of the worst thing really. I know it's not such a monetary thing, but obviously it feels very frustrating because had we had the barn space to bring all of our ewes in, we wouldn't have lost those 2 lambs. Well, we may have done. We lost them for other unrelated reasons, but I would imagine that was why we lost them. I'm just going to get the tube feeder if I've got it. See if I've got it. Don't necessarily want to use it, but I want to have it. Hello, darling. Torty. Out the way, guys. Torty and Simon are driving me nuts. They're literally all over me, just constantly nibbling at me everywhere I go because they want their food. They think this is for them. Well, it is for them, but I want these guys to drink first. So it's okay. It'll be all right. How's the lamb you had inside with you? Hold on, guys. I think I've got the comments. They set them. Hold on. There we go. The comments were set to top comments only. How's the lamb that we had inside with us? The little black one unfortunately died, but we had a white one in as well. That is the one underneath the camera, and that's doing all right. It's been a little bit poorly, but it's doing okay. So I don't know which one you mean, but basically so much happens. If you can't tell, so much happens at lambing time. So it's what's the word? There's just too much happening. It's hard to keep up with it all. But yeah, we're doing all right. So yeah, there's nothing that I'm aware of that's lambing at the moment, but there is 3 that look really, really suspicious. So you never know. Also, don't forget to double tap the screen and like the live. I think when they're older, sheepies are still adorable. Yeah, I really like sheep. I like sheep. Have they all lambed now? No, we've still probably got about 100. I haven't had a count up. We've still got about 100 in the barn still to lamb. However, I think we've had 8, maybe 9. I can't even remember what we're on anymore that have lambed just today alone. So, hold on, little lammy. You've got some in your tummy, but not a huge amount. So you can see with this lamb, if it comes around here, hold on, step forward, that's it. It's quite hunched. It's like, you can see like its hip bone round here is really brought in. I move the camera. Can you see? So it's really hunched up. That's because it's hungry. I mean, obviously I know it's had some, but it's not had a huge amount, but we'll feed the next lamb and then we can circle back around to that one. We'll just give it a breather. It was full to the brim. Yeah, we've got 3 that don't know how to drink off the bottle to feed first. So they don't know what they're doing, but they will figure it out, hopefully. I've got to go and find the other one because I don't know where it is currently. Gonna drink, Mammy? Torty and Simon are absolutely wrecking the gaff over there. Has Beef lambed? No. John saw her walking up the drive earlier. How come you're on here and not on TikTok? I just don't have the patience to deal with the children that are on TikTok at the moment because they've got the day off school. I don't have the patience to it. When they all go back to school tomorrow, hopefully, It's much nicer. And they seem to think it's okay. We had some mass reporting of our live earlier, I believe. And yeah, they did give us a restriction for having a minor, my 1-year-old daughter who was on my back, for being the star of the show, like the main thing of the live, apparently was watching a minor. And I appealed it, and they said, no, that is what you were doing. It clearly wasn't. If you watch the live, I can't be dealing with it. I'm too tired for their rubbish, in all honesty, and vegans and everything. If you want to watch. If you don't, I couldn't care less. Just scroll on and move on with your day. Like, it's not my problem if you don't care. Like, this is going to happen. This is my job, and I know what I'm doing. And I just get too angry at people like that because I'm just too tired to cope with it. Like, honestly, if you told me I could have a nap now, I'd be asleep within 2 minutes. I'm absolutely drained. So, yeah. Some schools are not open until the 20th. Oh, don't even say that. Please, no. Oh, they've got a week off. Oh, that's so terrible. That is absolutely horrendous. Oh, I'm actually so sad about that. Oh, well. How's the 2 black lambs that you had in the house? They both died. They both died yesterday, sadly. It's really sad. How's One Horn Hilda? All right. She's still not lambed. She's been not suspicious at any point today, so she'll probably lamb now. It's only virtual. Thank you. Baby likes the feeding. Yeah, I'm not really sure. He's not really drinking anything. Did the Herbeck take her lamb? She's right behind the camera. Is drinking currently. I had a good chat with her. I know she can't understand what I'm saying, but I think that they can feel what you're saying. Like, I just sat down with her. She's still not 100% sold on it. I'm not telling her that she loves this thing, but it's drinking, and yeah, we're getting there. Do the lambs play games with each other? A little bit. You see it quite a bit in the fields. Do you want to stand up for a bit, buddy? You've definitely still got some in your tummy. It's not bad. It's got, and actually drank most of that. Should we go and find the other one? Right, we'll just go and find the other one. Sorry, guys. Ooh, I'm stuck in the tripod. Right, we've got to find this other lamb. It's got I think I put a red mark on it. I honestly don't know what I'm doing most of the time. You know when you're just like so tired, you just like become a bit delirious. That is kind of where I'm at. She's been a bit suspicious. The ewe, maybe not. There's this one laying down here. I know she's not being suspicious at the moment, but she has been being suspicious. And there was a ewe around here. I can't see her at the moment. Well, there's my spray can. Right, girls. There's my lamb. There it is. Got a red dot on its bottom. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Lolloping. So it hasn't got a mummy. It's got no mummy. Are you my mummy? Nobody loves you, do they? Nobody loves you. It's really sad. So John's just trying to fix a straw chopper with his brother at the moment. Then they will be bedding up in here. Sorry guys, I've just realised that you're like so close to the lamb. You can't even see the lamb. I've sat back in the wrong place. Oh, this is so sad. I'm going to have to move again. Oh, right, let me turn the camera around. Hold on. So this lamb again has also never drunk from a bottle. Right. Why the red spray? And is the ear bad painting or code for something? The one with it on its ear. I tried to put a dot on its head and then it shook its head at the same time. And then this one's got one on its tail. It's just so that I know that they're orphans and they're marked up. Because Torty and Simon are quite distinct. However, these two, they're not used to being bottle fed yet. Oh, this is drinking like a trooper. We love it. But yeah, basically it's just so I know who they are. I'm an auntie. I don't know what that means, Ruth. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. We got 5 bottle-fed lambs now, which is the most that we've had at any point. We'll definitely stick with it at least 3, because 3 of them aren't suitable to go onto a ewe. So yeah. William, don't be rude, she's married. I am married. Alright, mate. Don't talk with your mouth full. Oh, I put my leg around here. There we go. I don't think we need any more mods, really. We've got quite a few, but thank you very much. Hugo says hi. Hi, Hugo. How are you? Change your audience on TikTok Lives if you want to stop kids coming in. Might help. How do I change the audience, though? I don't know how that happens. Go, Lammy. What have I missed? Well, I've got a lamb here, drinking off the bottle for the first time in its life, and it's absolutely knocking it back. Did you watch that new me? No. No. Sorry, I haven't. I haven't heard of it. I don't know what that is. But I do like goats. Thank you for answering. You're welcome. Hello, Tiger Greg. How are you? Do you shampoo them or just shear them when it's time? Just shear them. So shampooing them or washing them would strip like the natural oils out of their fleece. So they'd go really white. That's fine, but they wouldn't be quite so waterproof, and that's quite important when they're living outside. So we've got 5 orphans in total. I can change the audience to 18 plus. I could do that. We do have some really sensible young people that watch and want to get into farming, and I feel like I shouldn't have to do that. Just people just shouldn't be idiots. Like, is my brutal, honest reality. I don't want to stop people that are genuinely interested, no matter their age, because there is like 10-year-olds that are super interested in what we do, and they're not trying to shut my business down just because they think it's funny. Like, you know, like, that's kind of what we're dealing with on TikTok. She isn't even taking the milk. Give her a break. I mean, she was taking the milk, hence why there's less milk in the bottle. This is what I'm saying, guys. When people are just like trying to tell me how to do my job, I have no patience for it. I wish I did, and I'm really sorry. I just do today. I have had very minimal sleep, and the sleep I've had has been terrible sleep. So yeah. They're just trying to shut us down because they think it's funny. So they're trying, not to shut our business down, but just shut our social media. They were mass reporting us on TikTok. Thank you, Ruth. So yeah, they were just mass reporting us on TikTok because I showed my daughter. They then did get us a restriction. She's 1, but the restriction was for the live stream being of a child and the child being the main thing. Like, it specifically said that the minor was the main thing of the live, which obviously wasn't true. Like, if you saw any of that, it's obviously not true. It's just trolls, is all it is. But there's so many more in the school holidays, and I haven't got the time for it. It's fine when there's like 3 million mods and they can spot it, but the live earlier, they were literally all there. I think because it hit that algorithm, it hit it the other day as well. Like, we will stay on that algorithm for a couple of days and then thankfully they'll go away. But I just need to find the mental ability to be able to ignore them. But today is not that day, hence why I'm just hiding on YouTube and just doing my job mainly. That's all, really. I haven't got the patience for it. I want to talk to people that are nice, you know what I mean? And I just want to do my job and talk about what I'm doing. Love to and do the raw. Do the raw. Right, let me go and get the cheap ones. Right. Should we release the hounds? We'll offer those other lambs a bit more milk again in a minute. But we will feed and Simone. Pumba and Simone. Otherwise known as tortilla. So, right, how much have we got in there? 350, so we're going to to there and half a bottle. Right. Simon, that's yours. Whoa, steady on. So this one's Simon with the black head, and then the white and ginger, that's Tortilla, also known as Torty. I'm falling over. So these guys didn't obviously drink off the bottle like they are now from the very beginning. They started just like those other ones that I've done. I think people think about like bottle feeding lambs and this is what they picture, and they're like, oh, it's so adorable, it's so lovely, let me do that. That's fine, but the reality of training them to drink off of a bottle instead of a sheep is not so fun. It takes a lot of patience, which is fine, and I'm more than, I can do that. I just don't have the patience for trolls at the moment. I have all the patience in the world for my job right now. That's where it's all going. So yeah, they don't just like drink straight away like this, where like they'll latch themselves on. It takes a few days with a few feeds each day, like 4 feeds a day. It takes a few days for them to get the hang of it, especially if they've drunk off of a ewe beforehand. So yeah, it can take a little bit. Like Torty, I think it took 2.5 days before she would drink off of a bottle properly, and she still wasn't latching herself onto the bottle, and then she just figured it out and away she goes. Simon was a bit quicker. I think he was drinking really well fairly soon. I think only 1 or 2 feeds, maybe just like the one I've just done, like he actually drank, and he actually drank the whole time. Sorry, birds. Yeah, sorry, you've had it all, buddy. Oh, right. Oh, just got absolutely covered in that. No, you've had it all. I know there is some still in there, but it's not for you. I do apologise, guys. I know, Tortoise. I know, but I can't overfeed you because then you end up with bad bottom. I know, how terrible. So Torty is really cute. She has a little black splodge on her tail. Obviously, when her tail comes off, when her tail drops off, which it will do soon. Well, I say soon, like maybe a week or 2, maybe a bit longer. Never really measured it, but I think it's about 2 weeks. But anyway, when her tail drops off, obviously she's not going to have that black bit. But that does mean that she basically has less chance of dying, so we'll go with that. I was going to try and keep her tail long, but we just decided that it wasn't best in the longevity of things. Bingo! Why do their tails drop off? Because we put a rubber band around them, so they don't have any blood supply. So Simon has no blood supply in his testicles or his tail, and Torty doesn't in her tail. Obviously, she doesn't have testicles. But basically, it's to prevent fly strike, and for Simon, for his boy bits, it's because he's being castrated. So Simon won't be fertile. Not that he's fertile now, but obviously he's going to grow into a big sheep. We don't want him to be fertile. He's not good enough breeding genetics, but also he's a slightly slower growing breed, and we don't want him to basically have something called testosterone taint. So yeah, basically that just makes the meat taste bad as well. Like a dog. I'm not sure what was like a dog, sorry. Torty's loving it, yeah. She's a good egg, aren't you, girlie? You're a very good egg. You're adorable. So Torty's my pet. Simon is not a pet. Sorry, guys. I know you guys really like him. He is lovely, but he'll stop being lovely as he gets older. Once he's weaned, he'll basically just forget about me, which is really sad. It always makes me a bit sad when that happens. Like Arnie last year, there's a ewe up there looking very uncomfortable. Possibly, hold on. So she's laid down. Oh, she's chewing her card. Maybe not. Maybe. She might be going into labour, is what I'm saying. He'd make cute babies, though, if he didn't have bad genetics. Oh, he would make adorable babies, yes. Don't get me wrong. However, an adorable baby sadly doesn't pay the bills. It also doesn't make it right. So his bad genetics is the fact that if he had daughters and then we went and kept them for breeding genetics, obviously his mum has ditched him. She was a bad mum, so we don't want to breed from that. Whereas Torty's mum, it's not really her fault, it was just a thing. Like, she gave birth all on her own, she had plenty of milk, she was a good weight, but she got an infection, and as much as some people would say that makes them, that you really might be going, but as much as that does probably make her slightly bad genetics, it's not enough for me to be like, you know what I mean? Torty's like, Mama, you still got milk. Yeah, I know. I know. But you'll get really, really fat and then you'll have a bad bottom. Yeah, I know. She's like, but please. Hello, you're doing good, thank you. How's the sheep who was headbutting her lamb? I mean, she's currently asleep with it right behind the camera. So she's laying down asleep and it's like in front of her, maybe that far away from her face. So they're not like snuggled up together, but she was letting it drink earlier without any assistance from us. Do your sheep lick your face? My actual adult sheep, no. Just basically Torty and Simon, really. My old pet ewe, she didn't lick my face or anything, but she'd be very close to me. Like, she'd be like rubbing all around me, because she's very friendly. Hello, you're not bottle fed. You're not bottle fed. Can you see this little lamp? Yeah, you can. Will Torty stay friendly? She won't be this friendly. Once she's weaned again, she'll stop being quite so friendly, but I would try really hard to keep her tame. But hard to do, and sometimes, no matter how hard you try, basically the only way that they stay friendly to you is if you give them food, but I don't want to give her extra food because then she'd get overweight, so it's a difficult one. It's really important that we don't overfeed them. They're like dogs then. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know about this you guys. She looks really uncomfortable. She might be going in today, but Torty reminds me of Lel and Poppet. Oh, I love Poppet. Oh, we all love Poppet. I think we all love Poppet. Poppet is just, yeah. Lel and Poppet was like me and Houdini. She was honestly, I used to like feed up in the morning and she'd just like follow me round. She was just like my little shadow. And she gave me the enjoyment in farming and made me like fall in love with farming. And when I lost her last year, it absolutely crushed me. It's so sad. Like, it was, I know she was 9, but I just thought I'd have her for a bit longer than that, you know, like, they can live a bit longer than that, but she was showing her age. We live on a hill farm, so it's a really tough farm to live on. So for us to get a sheep to 9 was pretty impressive, really. And she wasn't a hardy breed, and she didn't have any extra TLC either. Like, she wasn't like in the barn when all the other sheep were out. She lived just the same as all of our other ewes. And she was, you know, she's very good and she was happy. But I think we don't really know what it was, but potentially sepsis, sort of thing. she had a temperature of 41 degrees, which she shouldn't ever be that hot. I could feel how hot she was, and she was foaming at the mouth from just being so hot. It was horrendous, in all honesty. And like, I was just like waiting for the vet to come, waiting. I was just like with her, just like holding her in this barn as well. It was awful, and it was on my birthday as well. I just got out of the shower, I was going to have a great day, it was my birthday, and then John rang me, he was like, Houdini's dying, you need to get down here. I was like, oh my goodness. I knew she was poorly the night before though, I knew she was. I'd seen her and she wasn't right, so it's sad, isn't it? But if love alone could save him, he'd live forever, wouldn't you? Yes. But sadly, that's not how life works. It just doesn't, does it? How long will you be live this afternoon? I don't know, in all honesty. Do we have dogs? Yeah, we've got 3 dogs. So we've got Trigger, Tucker and Barley. And they're all collies. They all look they all look fairly different. Trigger and Tucker look fairly similar. But Tucker's like a skinny beanpole. Like, he's so skinny. Like, he's not quite, but he looks like, you know, on the adverts of like skinny dogs, and they'd be like an RSPCA case. He almost looks like that. You'd think that he didn't eat, but we cannot make him eat any more than he eats. Trigger, he's a chunky boy. He's not overweight, but he has like a solidly big head. He almost has like the head of a staffy. And then, I just put my milk back in hot water. Hold on a second. And then Barley, he's grey. Whereas Trigger and Tucker are both like tri-coloured collies, so mainly black, but with white and tan as well. That ewe is really looking suspicious. I watched your C-section video the other night. I've never seen anything like it. It was amazing to see. Yeah, that's on Colette, who's... Hold on, your camera's still on me. She's up in the back pen up there, guys. Let me just clear this, because I feel like I have dust on my cameras. Is that better? I feel like that's better. Has Lottie bagged up yet? She has got milk, yeah, she's definitely got milk, but I think she could get a little bit more, in all honesty. Torty, it's really difficult to film when you're on my lap. Yeah, she's like, I might just headbutt you. Like the Herdwick ewe was headbutting her lamb. There they are. So that's the ewe that gave birth in the last live this morning. So she doesn't hate it anymore, but she also maybe doesn't love it, but hopefully she'll come around to the idea of it. This ewe, whoop. Oh goodness. That, you can see her head. She just looked at us. Can you see the one in the middle of the screen? She's just being a bit suspicious. Can you tell the one I mean? Can I see the dogs? I love them. No, because they're not here right now. Well, they're on the farm, but they're up by the house, so they're not. We can't bring them in here. Obviously, dogs and sheep. It's not really. Not when the sheep have nowhere to go and they're giving birth. So no. Almost everybody's laying down apart from the ones that are eating. They've nearly finished that bale again as well. They eat so much. So this one, she has been quite suspicious all day. However, she's new into the barn. We brought her in this morning because she's quite big. So we just wanted to put her in the barn and give her more chance of us being able to assist her if she did have any big lambs. Basically, she's overweight, but, well, not necessarily overweight, just a chunky breed, just more likely to have problems. Is Bertha and One Horn still suspicious? One Horn Hilda is not being suspicious. Oh, that ewe's being a bit suspicious, though. Can you see the one with her head up? Laying back a bit? That's a bit suspicious. Where is Bertha? Can anyone locate Bertha? Should we go for a wander? And One Horn Hilda, she's been absolutely fine. Ooh. Oh. That you stood up as the one. Oh, the zoom on this is annoying. But you guys should be able to zoom in as well, can you? Or is it only when it's in landscape? There's still loads to go outside. Where is Bertha? Oh, guys, she's restless. I'm just saying. That's a bit like uncomfortableness, isn't it? Well, I don't know where One Horn Hilda is. I'm just looking for her at the moment. But she's definitely not land. Good afternoon. I've just been setting up some pens outside ready for lambing. Ooh, good luck. Good luck. Where is Bertha? I bet Bertha's eating. Or over the back, maybe. Because I can't see her anywhere else. Bertha. Sorry, girls. My bad. No. Right, okay. Well, that doesn't help, does it? I'm probably being really blind and she's just up right in front of me. Or something. Can anyone see her? Has she escaped? She's gone to go find beef. I can't find One Horn Hilda either. There's quite a few sheep to look through. But Hilda's... not Hilda. Yeah, Bertha's normally quite an easy one to spot. She's got a brown face. Is beef still on adventure? Yeah, John saw her walking. She was halfway up the drive. Our drive's half a mile long, so... she is allowed to walk up the drive. Oh, there's One Horn Hilda. Well, I'm pretty sure that's her. It looks like her face. I can't see... Oh, yeah. She has only got one horn. I was going to say I can't see her other horn, but... Bertha? 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 Ooh, oh, water bag. Water bag. Coming right out right now. That's the one that I originally said was suspicious. Did you see it? Did you see it? Can you see it? So she's in labour, definitely. Are they marked for slaughter? No, they're marked to give birth. So you don't really mark for slaughter as such. Well, sometimes you might, I suppose. There's Bertha, right in the middle of the barn. There she is, just walking. But in front of the other ewe that is also being a bit suspicious. This ewe is not suspicious anymore. She's definitely in labour. We have a water bag, so that's exciting. That's very exciting. Oh, she's on the move. Oh, she's already calling for her lamb. That is not your lamb. Oh, guys, I think we're going to have a busy afternoon. We've already had a really busy morning and then it stopped. It's really weird. So I can't remember if we've had 8 or 9 ewes at this point. But yeah, so this ewe that's just laying down, she's in labour, guys. And that one stood up, not the one with 26 on the side, but the one just laying down right now. She's also being very suspicious. So they're both in lamb to have a single. Hi, water bug. What's your worst farming injury? What, for an animal injury or an injury to me? Will you stay on live? Yeah, we will stay on the live until she's had her lamb. I'm just gonna go, guys. Sorry, sheep. I don't want to disturb you, but I'm just going to get the lick bucket in the corner to sit on, because I did that yesterday and it was so much comfier. So we've got one being very suspicious and one that is definitely in labour. So she's just there with a purple dot on her back laying down. So I'm just going to sit here and then we don't have to keep moving about. It may not be the best camera angle right now, but hopefully she'll probably move about. Bertha needs to keep her legs crossed till Saturday, and then she and Berth share with my sister. Yes! How was the one that was headbutting the lamb this morning? I've not seen her headbutt it for quite a while, and she was letting it drink earlier, so... oh, Torty and Simon are on the way. How long do you think it will take before Simon goes in to investigate that ewe? My worst farming injury, to be honest, isn't really... I've never really had anything horrendous. John's probably had some quite bad ones. But yeah, I think I'm quite a safe person typically. Excuse me, can you get out of the way? Your friend behind you is giving birth and there's 222 people watching. Yeah. It'd be great if you could oh, it's okay, she's moving anyway. Right, okay. Yep. Well, can you just get out of the way or something? The water bag's still there. Oh, the water bag just burst as she laid down. So if you're just joining, this ewe that's just laying down in front of us, she's in labour, guys. So she's just pushed out a water bag. And she's doing a brilliant job. So she should just be having one lamb. That's a big push, Mama. Big push. Yeah, my biggest injury that I've had... I'm trying to think. I mean, I've bruised and like cut my hand lambing a ewe once. Loads of bruises. Oh, probably my worst farming injury. We used to have a quad bike, and basically it was when we had no money and we couldn't afford to fix the brakes on the quad bike, so it didn't have any brakes. And then we were going uphill and I was like riding with John and he accidentally knocked it into neutral, and then we just went like backwards really fast. It kind of sounds funny, but it's not. But we went backwards really fast down the hill that we were going up. So I can see it, the tip of a hoof there, guys. Let's see if I can zoom in any more for you. And basically the quad bike rolled on top of my leg and like crushed me. John had to like roll the quad bike off. It was actually quite bad. That's probably my worst. I really damaged my coccyx once, but it did recover. I've never broken any bones. Like lambing is genuinely just a dangerous job, but it's 10 times more dangerous when farmers can't afford to do things undangerously, if you know what I mean. Oh, sorry, you're zoomed in so much you didn't have any idea what was going on then. Is that how you broke a leg? No. No. Same leg though. But I broke my femur of my left leg when I was on my moped test. So you have to do something called a CBT in the UK. And basically, I don't know what it stands for, but it's basically a test to prove that you're allowed to drive a moped before you have a driving test. And I was doing that, and then the bike was like wobbly, although the police inspected it and said there was nothing wrong with the bike, but I don't know. It probably was just me. I was 16. And basically, I just drove flat out at 30 mile an hour into a lamppost. Snapped my femur and nearly died. Compulsory bike test. Thank you, DBG. No, she's having a baby. Yes, she is having a baby. Do you like football? I support Arsenal, but only because I really like Saka, and I just have a lot of sympathy for him after the Euros a few years ago where he missed a penalty. But John supports Saka, and John supports Arsenal, so we just kind of support Arsenal together. But I've never been to a football game other than a women's one. But I've never been to a men's and I've seen Arsenal women's play Crawley, which was our local town that we used to be when we lived in Sussex. Crawley Wasps. Yeah. How many heads of sheep do you have? We've got basically at the end of lambing we'll have just over 1,000. But obviously we haven't just yet. Burnley. Oh, my friend supports Burnley. How come you're on here and not TikTok? There's just too many trolls on TikTok at the moment. Oh, we've got a second foot appearing, guys. I've got Torty nibbling my fingers on my other hand. I can't tell if that's another water bag or also a head. but the feet do look the right way up, so that's good. We had a breech birth this morning as well, guys, but the lamb's absolutely fine, so that's good. She did it all by herself. Set of twins, both of them out within a minute. It was pretty impressive. My auntie used to play for Arsenal ladies. No way! Do you have to shear the sheep? Yes, but we don't do it ourselves. So we shear this sheep in the summer, so for us usually around July, but some places will do it from like May, June, July. But we shear them because we don't need any more mods. But thank you, Ruth. It's nice of you to offer. But yeah, we just basically just do it, do the ewes, but we also shear our lambs, which most farms don't do. But because we live on a hill farm, so it's really cold and wet weather. Oh, she's doing a really good job. This is good progress, isn't it, guys? She's making really fast progress. Basically, yeah, we just get our neighbours do it, but also they get shearers from New Zealand that also come over. Brighton and Hove Albion girly. Is that because you live close to them or you just support them? Because obviously I've been round the Amex. My old tutor booked for us to go on like a Christmas tutor trip when I was in secondary school to go around the Amex. This was before they were like pretty decent, I would say. I don't know, maybe I just didn't know anything about football then, but I feel like they're pretty decent now. Watching you all the way from Florida. I've been to Florida when I was younger. I've been to Florida. In fact, when I broke my leg, I broke my leg on the 22nd of June, and on the 25th of June, no, on the 27th of June, I was meant to go to Florida, but I wasn't fit to fly, so I wasn't allowed to go. But I did get to go another time, so that was good. She's making good progress. Is it like 18 plus? No, it's okay. I've just watched a video of somebody that I know that's another farmer, and her 2-year-old was helping her pull out a lamb. So I don't think it needs to be 18 plus. As long as you're mature enough to, understand what's going on. But I'm happy to answer any questions. Is breech dangerous? Yeah, it is. So if the lamb is coming out backwards, it's called being breech or being born breech. Same with us as humans. We had quite a tricky one the other day where she wouldn't have got it out on her own. But sometimes they can still manage it on their own absolutely fine. Look how big her udder is. She's not given birth yet. But that teat there, can you see that, guys? A lamb will struggle to drink from that because it's quite big. It's quite engorged. So we may have to help her lamb latch on when she does give birth. She's got twins. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's my favourite problem to have to fix in lambing. So I'm not too worried. We're here to be able to help, but she's got lots of udder. So this ewe, if you're just joining, guys, this ewe is in labour, so she's giving birth. She's due to have just one lamb. We've also got a few others that are being quite suspicious, but this ewe's pushed out her water bag already, and we can already see 2 hooves that are just poking out when she pushes, so you'll see them in a minute. Waddle, waddle. What is a teat? So basically a nipple, in effect. It's where the milk comes out. Oh, there we go. That was a good push. So has got the head there, so that's good. So the lamb is perfectly presented. So we want the 2 front feet and then the head on top, which it is. I don't know, I've never seen something like this. Oh, that's amazing, Cole, though. That's great. That's why we do it, so that people get to see this. There's not all countries around the world have so many sheep, but in the UK we have a lot of sheep because our ground is really suited to it. So we eat a lot of lamb and mutton, but lamb doesn't come from a newborn lamb. But yeah, what if she dies? It's very, very, very unlikely that she will die. So to put it in perspective, we've got 400, we're just under 400 ewes on our farm, and we're probably over a third of the way through lambing, and we've only lost 2 ewes, and one was because she was giving birth in a difficult place and we hadn't spotted her, and sadly she just died from exhaustion, which obviously that would never happen for this ewe because I'm here to be able to help if need be. And the other one, she died after she'd given birth. That was Torty's mum. She got an infection and unfortunately it turned septic before we could manage to do anything to treat her. We don't need to help her because she's absolutely fine. She's doing it all by herself. So helping her would basically cause more chance of complications and issues. So she's doing really, really well, progressing incredibly fast. So we don't need to help her. Her chickens are made from chicken. Yeah, funny that, isn't it? But yeah, lamb doesn't come from a lamb like that. Lamb that we eat comes from a sheep basically the same size as this sheep. Typically, obviously you can have it smaller, but most of the time in the UK at least, it's coming from animals this size. I know in like Portugal, I think it is, they do eat like newborn lamb. Someone asked me to give them a 4/5 kilo carcass once. Well, that doesn't really, not in September, it doesn't really exist. So you may have just seen, I don't know if it's slightly off the camera, but the ewe just sort of pushed that lamb away. That's just because she knows it's not her lamb. Oh, she's just come closer to me. Hello, girl. She's doing a fabulous job. She doesn't seem bothered by me at all, which is nice. So, guys, if you're just joining, she's in labour. She's doing a brilliant job. So there's no need to help her at the moment. We don't bathe them. We don't need to bathe them. So washing them would wash out all of the natural oils in their wool. She's doing such a good job. She's at the hardest bit right now, but she's doing perfectly. So basically the lamb just is in the right place, helping her dilate. So basically her cervix, just like ours, is naturally shut. But then as we're in labour, we dilate and that hole gets bigger and bigger in the cervix, and then the lamb can come through. So that's what she's doing at the moment. So there's no need to help her. Obviously, I would, of course, help her if she needed help. I am fully trained in what I'm doing. So yeah, and I'm really sorry if I get a bit sassy at anyone. I'm really tired. She's not given birth just yet, but she's very close. It's not anywhere near as much pain as what we experience as humans because they, like the lambs, are much more streamlined. Like, she's pushing hard, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure it's not super duper comfortable, but she's doing a fantastic job. Sorry, we can't see too much from this angle, but she's doing a brilliant job. I'll see if I can go round the back without disturbing her. Oh, there we go, there's the lamb coming out. So we'll just, its face is clear, but we'll just doubly clear it off as we can, and she's not too bothered by us. Hold on, sorry guys. She's doing an amazing job. So the lamb is still attached to the umbilical cord. It is alive. I can see that it's definitely alive. So she's not fully given birth just yet. Oh, there we go. I'd say like 95% of it's out. So she might just sit there for a little bit, or she might spin right around to it. Either option is fine because that lamb's face is clear. She's either a first-time mum or a second-time mum. But I'm pretty sure she should have lambed before. Black sheep of the valley, yeah? So she should lick it clean now. There you go. go. She's done an amazing job. Do you think it's a girl or a boy, guys? Put pink or blue hearts in the chat. She should just be having just the one, yes. It's a nice sized lamb, that. It's not too big, not too small, so that's good. Yeah, guys, do you think it'll be a boy or a girl? Let us know in the comments. She's doing a brilliant job. A lot of sheep in the UK in particular, I don't know what it's like around the world, but most sheep in the UK will have twins, and most farms are aiming for twins. But I live on a hill farm, so farms that have high altitude, like the ones on the top of a hill, they're more likely to have just a single. This sheep here is pawing at the ground, which can be a sign that she's going into labour. That's that one that had really big teats just now that walked past us, so really full udder. So that can be a sign that she's going into labour. It can also just be that she's just trying to find a comfy spot. So yeah, the plan with this lamb here, so the plan is, as long as we're happy with mum and the lamb, what we'll do is we can either put them into an individual pen, but if we're happy with them, we're just going to mark them up as they are, and then they can stay in the big pen, but then at maybe the end of today or tomorrow, the plan would be to put them outside, and then they'll stay outside. So the dad will have been black. Not necessarily, but the mum might have a recessive gene of black genetics within her breeding. But we also know that we had black rams. So some of our sheep have white lambs, some have black lambs. But yeah, it's just genetics. They can also have a set of twins, and they can be from two different dads. So that is also possible. But I would imagine that here, the dad was one of our Dutch spotted rams. So it's not come out spotted, but quite often they do have a bit of white on them somewhere. But yeah, mum is doing a perfect job. So she'll lick it. Yeah, the lamb's absolutely fine. So the mum will lick it, and that's to basically lick all of the amniotic fluid, like it's all slimy. So she'll lick it all off. That then stops the lamb being quite so cold. And also the licking, it's quite rough when they lick them sometimes. And basically that like stimulates all their muscles to keep them moving and things like that. And then it will stand up within a few minutes probably, and then it will go on to try and drink. However, as it's a black lamb, I would imagine it may take slightly longer than if it was a white lamb. Not because of anything in particular, but well, I say not because of anything in particular. It's not like a hard and fast rule. It's just that this year a lot of our black lambs have been quite sluggish when they've been born. I think that's the Dutch spotted genetics that they've had in them, whereas the white lambs have come out and they've been like up and trying to walk and stand pretty much straight away. So yeah, we sell our meat to the public. Why? Because he's black. Just the breed, not because of the colour, but the breed. So different sheep have different breed traits, and we seem to have found, this is our first year using the Dutch spotted rams, but we found that the lambs being born, when they're first born, they just take a little bit more time to get up and go, whereas the more hardy breeds, see, they're fine once they're up and about, as you can see, but yeah, the white lambs typically seem to be getting up and getting on the milk and walking much faster, just because they don't have the Dutch spotted genetics in them. So yeah, we sell lamb, beef, pork and mutton on the farm. So we have sheep, cattle and pigs, and then we sell it to the public. So we used to sell to supermarkets, but you probably know they don't pay farmers fairly. So when my husband and I were selling our produce to the supermarkets, we worked out that we were earning £1.14 an hour for the work that we were doing, which, bearing in mind the national minimum wage, so the legal amount that someone should be earning in the UK if they were employed by a company, at the time was about £10 an hour. Now it's just under £13 an hour, but at the time it was about £10 something. Obviously we should have been earning more than £1.14. So yeah, They're so calm around people. They're not typically, but these. So when they first came in the barn, these sheep, they are very wild sheep. Like we're very hands-off farmers, so we only do things with them if we need to. We don't go out and feed them food just to make them tame or anything like that. They are, in effect, wild sheep or naturally doing their thing sheep, but we are there to help if need be, basically. She's going to shake all that straw off of her. So when they're in labour, obviously they're quite restless, so that they do end up with straw stuck to them, so just shake it off. So yeah. Is there a flavour / taste difference between the black / white sheep? I don't think so. Some people will say there is a difference in the in the different breeds, but in my opinion, I don't think there's necessarily a difference in the breeds, but I think how they're reared in terms of what they eat in their life mainly, and how long they've had to grow. So for me, mutton is much nicer flavour. Oh, you lost your chance, mate. You lost your chance. So this ewe that's just come over, she has got a big red cross on her. That's because she gave birth the other day and then she rejected her lamb and she wouldn't feed it, and she also doesn't have any milk for it. So she's a bad mum. So she has the cross of shame, which is what that big red cross on her bottom is, the ewe that's just walked over. Sorry, mate. You don't have a lamb anymore. I'm feeding your lamb now. Yes, I've got your lamb. So yeah, basically, there you go. Do you have herding dogs? We have 3 collies, yeah. Ruth, I don't know who you're being bullied by, but you're the only person I can see in the chat is saying, "Who are you? Go away, get lost." I don't understand. Is Mum herself shearing sheep? I don't think so. She's not bred on our farm. I don't think. I don't know. I'm changing my mind on this. I don't think she is bred on our farm. So probably not. So that pawing there, she's trying to get her lamb to stand up. So she's annoyed that it's not standing up. Do you shear them? I don't do it myself, but yes. Is she cleaning him, the lamb, by licking it? Yes. Yeah, so not necessarily cleaning it, but taking the slime off of it. So she's pawing at it to try and get it to do something. She wants it to stand up. So she's getting frustrated at her lamb. This is what I mean with the genetics of the black lambs. They just don't have the same get up and go about them, which is such a shame. So probably won't breed from those rams again, because it's really important. Oh, look at this, guys. 2 lambs just chilling on the back of their mum over there. She really wants it to stand up. Is this the breed that most haven't been good mums? Yeah, it is. Well, it looks like it. John's know better. John knows better than me. The cross of shame, yeah. Yeah, so she's licking it, which cleans the lamb and helps it dry. Yeah, exactly that. Like, it sounds really backwards to us, like she licks it to dry it off. That sounds really strange to us, because obviously if we licked something, it would get wet. Oh, she doesn't like that lamb. It's not her lamb. She's like, go away, this is mine. But yeah, so basically they're all like slimy and slippery, but by licking it, they take it off. Did the one this morning take to her lamb? A little bit. She's definitely better than she was. I haven't seen her headbutt it for a long time, and earlier she was letting it drink all by herself, so hopefully she'll come round. It is a nice day. Yeah, it's a lovely day today. I can't believe this ewe with the cross of shame just keeps coming over. She's like she's looking for her lamb, but she hasn't had her lamb for like 2 days, and she had it for approximately 20 minutes and tried to kill it. No, she had it maybe for about an hour, to be fair, but she really didn't like it and was headbutting it around the pen. Why do they refuse them sometimes? As in, why do the mums reject their lambs? I don't really know, in all honesty. There's definitely sometimes they know that the lamb is poorly, or they know they can't look after the lamb. So if they don't have enough milk, then sometimes they'll like reject the lamb, and their theory is it will die and it will die quicker. And sometimes they'll lay on their lambs and smother them on purpose, which again, like from our point of view, sounds really crazy, especially when we can just give them formula and jobs are good and then the lambs will be fine. But obviously, that's kind of not really the way it works. Can you please let me know where's the umbilical cord? Yeah, so there is an umbilical cord and it just naturally snaps. So we will see it when the lamb stands up, if it stands up eventually, when it decides to. But yeah, there is an umbilical cord. It's basically in the middle underneath it, if that makes sense. The red mark just means, so the red cross of shame means that they gave birth to a lamb, but they didn't like the lamb and they rejected the lamb and they are terrible mums and will never breed from them again. So there's 3 of those in here, all the same breed, which is just typical. The red dots on them, so like this, there's one just about on that ewe that you can just about see. But every sheep in here should have a red dot on its left-hand side. That just means that it lives on our farm. And then the purple dots are the scanning mark. So a purple dot like this one here by the shoulders is basically just means she's scanned to have just 1 lamb. Whereas a purple dot near the tail like that sheep there laying down means that she's scanned to have twins. If we had any that was scanned to have triplets, we would put multiple dots by the tail, but we didn't have any scanned for triplets. I'm just also panning around, guys, just to make sure that nothing else is lambing. The one over the back looks a little bit suspicious at the moment. And still that one down there. But it's nothing too crazy right now. She's scratching at the floor. But that might just be because she's trying to lay down. We'll see. So it's trying to stand a bit now. There we go. So normally this happens, like, can be within seconds that it's trying to stand up. But it's taken a few minutes, which is fine. But if it was out in the field, the ewes don't like it, because if they feel like a predator is coming, they need their lamb to be up and about and to get to safety. Obviously, they don't have much risk of a predator in the barn, though. How does she feel about having a black lamb? She won't care. So sometimes they have one black, one white. They don't really see the colour so much. So when they're looking for their lamb, they'll still go up to white lambs a lot of the time to be like, "Are you my lamb?" And then sniff it and then go, "Oh no, that's not my lamb." Is the baby all right? Yeah, it is. It's just a bit slow, but that is just the breeding that it is. It will come all right in the end. Can you pick the lamb up to help so mum doesn't walk off? No, so me going over there, the sheep wouldn't want me that close, so she's more likely to walk off. So yeah, that would be counterproductive, and I wouldn't be able to help the lamb stand. It's still got to learn to walk. It's a bit like if we went to a baby, like a newborn baby, and just because you stood it up doesn't mean it will stand, if that makes sense. Yes, these guys learn really quick, but it still has to learn for itself. Why do some of them not like their babies? They just don't sometimes. It's frustrating, it really is, but I like to think a lot of the time nature does know best. which is why orphan lambs quite often have quite a high mortality rate. So bottle-fed lambs have a high mortality rate because sometimes the ewe knows that the lamb was poorly before there was any signs of it to us. So my pet ewe, for example, Houdini, that I used to have, I was talking about her earlier, and one year she had a set of twins, which she'd done twins loads of times, and then she just rejected a lamb, and I was absolutely shocked. I couldn't believe that she'd rejected this lamb. She loved the other one, but she just rejected one, and I thought, why have you done that? Anyway, it then started having really strange seizures, and then it died. She knew there was something wrong with it before there was any signs that there was something wrong with it. Like, how clever is that? But Mum knows best. I like it when you stream on here, we can watch them back if we miss them. Yeah, so you can rewind the live stream as well, guys, on here. Don't they have the cords like the wires that come out of a belly? Yes. So you might be able to see a little bit. It might have a really short one. There's a bit of straw stuck to it as well, so it's hard to see. But yeah, the umbilical cord comes from the belly just underneath them. But it naturally snaps on its own. Just as dogs and cats do, it stimulates them even when they're weak. Yeah. She does look like a really good mum, doesn't she, so far? Hopefully she's got milk for it. Oh, look at it. It's doing so well. Do you have chickens? Yeah, we've got a few, not many. How many lambs have we got? So by the time lambing's finished, we should have just over 500, we think, ish. Do you consume your own produce? Yes, we do. Yeah. So today we've had our own bacon, our own sausages, and last night we had our own lamb and mutton. So we did a lamb joint and a mutton joint. So yeah, we have our own meat. We don't produce like veg or potatoes or anything like that, but we try and get as much as we can from farmers. Don't forget to iodine them. Yeah, that's fine, I will. Thank you. So iodine, if you don't know what that is referring to, is for the navel, so the umbilical cord. We also call it the navel. You would dip it in something called iodine, and the iodine helps to just dry it out, because inside of the umbilical cord, it's basically like a big tube, and where it attaches to the lamb, where it will have a belly button, it's just a big hole into the lamb's abdomen, and infection and that bad bacteria can get in really easily. This ewe down here is just pawing the ground. Did you see her? Also holding her head a bit down. So she could be the next to give birth, we don't know. But also that ewe over there is still being quite suspicious. The one stood up at the back. She keeps laying down and standing back up. She's also got a little bit of straw stuck to her back end, which can be because it's been a bit wet. Oh yeah, and look, she's doing a bit of pushing as well now. That could just be that her lambs are in an awkward position for her. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on, which obviously we will, because we're here. Can you try her with her lamb again? The one that rejected it? No. So the lamb that she rejected, she doesn't have enough milk for it, really. And also she really didn't like it, and it's now too late. Like, there's nothing for her to lick on it. If she wanted it, she can get to it. It's out in this pen, but she doesn't even know which one it is. It's being hand-reared by me. Sorry, I'm really far behind on the comments. Hayden, just come over from TikTok to find you. Thank you. Not sure how YouTube works, LOL, but I'm here. That's fine. We don't really understand it either, but we're trying to figure it out. Why does she have all those dots back there? Like all the dots. I'm not sure what you mean by all the dots. So like she has a purple dot on her shoulder. That's because she was scanned as a single.
Whereas when they're scanned with like an ultrasound scanner to see how many, if they're in lamb and if so how many, if they're having twins, then we put the purple dot on their bottom, like the one laying down just a bit further back than this ewe. We put the sheep with the crosses back outside soon. Yes, we will. Should do it today. We just haven't got around to it. We did ewes and lambs first, and there's only 3 of them, so amazing how quick many animals start walking. Yeah. Yeah, it is a boy. Yes, you are correct. It is a boy. Yeah, so it's got quite a short tail as lambs go. We will still dock the tail just to make it even shorter because it's still long enough to catch poo. So if it ever got an upset stomach, you can, when it's a little lamb, it's not quite so bad. Although the poo's really sticky when they're young. But as a adult sheep with a big fleece of wool, we want them to have docked tails. Not always. We have different situations. That ewe is back up again over there, guys. The one against the wall just laying back down. She's incredibly uncomfortable. We think she's in early labour potentially. I'm not definitely, but very, very reasonable chance of that. So we'll keep an eye on her and see how she's getting on. So we might have another birth to watch in a second. Edith says she had twins in her belly, right? Where's the other one? No, so she's just having one. So the purple dot is by her shoulder. So she's just scanned for one, whereas the one laying down is having twins. So they're all due to give birth at some point during April. There might be a couple that roll over into May, but yeah, it is a boy. Yeah, it is. So basically you can just about see his, well, I assume basically his scrotum, I think would be what you call that, but basically his balls in slang. Got to fill out an application form, but this is too addictive. Now this is single, yeah. I'm glad the weather is better this week. Oh yeah, same. So the fields can start to dry out a bit. It's so wet out in the fields, but if I zoom in, you might be able to, if it focuses. We've got nice sky out there today. So that's what the rest of the farm looks like. Ish. I said the rest of the farm. That's a tiny bit of the farm, but it's yeah. So there we go, one happy lamb, one happy mum. That's perfect. We have got quite a few sheep being quite suspicious. She's been up and down a few times, but she's empty, so she's restless for some reason, but she's not going to give birth because she's already given birth. So this ewe here, she's also one of the ones with the big red cross of shame. So if anyone is just joining, we've got all of these sheep to give birth. That one in the middle there that's just turned its head to look at us. That one there, the scruffy one, she's been very suspicious all day, but she's also a new sheep into the barn. So she might also be feeling like an outsider. So that also could explain her suspiciousness, but it may not. Ooh. I think we might have a problem on our hands here, guys. Hold on. Let's see if we can fix this problem. So we have a lamb that doesn't have a mum. Oh dear, you've had a bad bottom. There's Simon. Hello, Simon. Hold on, guys. Right, where are we at? We've got a ewe that doesn't like her lamb. And I wonder if, in all the chaos when we came down earlier, we didn't really know who was whose. So we did our very best guess and everybody seemed happy. But as time goes by and the lambs dry out, sometimes the ewes go, yeah, I don't actually like that lamb anymore. Let me just pop you in this holder, guys. Ooh. Why won't it stick on there? There we go. Hold on. I'm just going to go hands free for a minute. That ewe over the back, I'm pretty sure is lambing. Right. Ooh. Right, so we need to find the other lamb. So it's got a red dot on its bottom. It's white. It doesn't have a mum. We need to find it. So if you spot a white lamb with a red dot on its bottom, do let me know. So this ewe here, she's being incredibly suspicious. So A, she's not run off. B, she's very swollen on her back end. Can you see that? Also a slight bit of discharge there. Doesn't mean that she's definitely given birth, but so yeah, she's only just come into the barn. So we're looking for, hello guys, there's a lamb sleeping in the feeder. We're looking for a little white lamb with a red dot on its bottom. Not you. Not you. So there's our new lamb and mum. Is it you? No, not you. Where's it gone? We don't know. It's not you, Torty. Oh, but she's definitely lambing. We'll find our other lamb later. She's definitely lambing. Right, hold on. Let me go and get the iodine. We'll do the iodine on that lamb just whilst we can. And then we will... Yeah. These are our two little orphans. Or two of our little orphans. Where's it gone? Oh, it's in the bucket there. You can tell Torty and Simon have been in here. They just like pull everything everywhere. Let me fill it up. Sorry guys, you're on a POV camera. Not you, or even you. Hilarious. This stuff stains so bad. I get it on me every day. It dries your hands out. That's Pifa, that black pig up against the wall. Sorry, it's not the best angle, but hold on. Let me just... Sorry. There's loads of straw on top of iodine. So Pifa is our most famous pig. She's due to farrow at some point soon-ish. She doesn't have a lot of udder though. Right, so guys, we've got another ewe that's lambing. So we just need to sort out the first one. So what we do, just squeeze that a few times, make the air out of it. Find our new lamb, which is just here. Don't be scared of mum too much. But, so that's the umbilical cord there. Can you see that pinky bit? So we just basically put this fluid on it and it helps dry it out. It has got a little bit of white on its head there. And then we just get out of the way and leave mum to do her thing. Mum's a good mum and she's doing a great job. So this is our other ewe that's lambing, guys. So her water bag has burst. So she's just there. I'm not keen on the colour of it, in all honesty. But that doesn't mean that there's definitely a problem. Just means there's more likely to be a problem. But it doesn't mean there's definitely a problem. There's John. 250 people here. Don't forget to subscribe as well, guys. Sort of, but not really, no. We sell lamb, beef, pork and mutton direct to the public. And we do meat raffles. Buy a raffle ticket, yeah. If you live in the UK. So yeah, this ewe here, guys, she is in labour. We've just had a lovely lamb over there. They're all doing really well. I'm just going to just grab a little bit of water to just rinse the iodine off my hands. It won't take it off, but it's basically, it can give you chemical burns if you're not careful. So it looks like John is just putting Colette outside. So bye-bye to Colette. She's going outside. That's his pet cow. Bye, curly cows. Can you see her walking along here? John's pet cow. John's my husband. It's because Lottie is due to give birth very soon. She's my pet cow. Most of our cows are not pets, just Lottie and Colette. So Lottie's going to have her own pen so that she's got the space. We're going to move her down to around here somewhere, we think. And then, she's got... Hello, Torty. Hello, Simon. Let me go get my little seat. So this ewe, she doesn't like one of her lambs. So we're just going to see if we could find the correct one for her, but... is it you there? Yes. These are our set of twins from earlier. They gave birth in the other pen. The other one's just, it won't focus, but it's just down there. You can just about see it. Buddy, is your mum over in the pen? Hello, Torty. Sorry, guys. It's terrible camera work, but you're in a little tripod around my neck. How was the lamb this morning? The mum didn't take to it. It seems to be doing much better. Let me see if she likes this. Do you like that lamb? She does seem to. Oh, I don't know. She wants to check it out a bit more first. We don't know. Don't know if she likes any of her lambs. So she's trying to get them to stand up. So basically when we came in, there was just lots of lambs everywhere. And there's a ewe that ditched both of her twins, and then some had just been kind of stolen, and it's really not great. See, that really looks very Cheviot-y. I'm not really sure. We'll leave her to it with the three of them for now. It shan't do any harm. And then we'll just watch our ewe that's lambing, wherever she's gone. Where did she go? Can we spot her anywhere? Where's she gone? Oh, she's laid down. She's so small. There's Bertha, who's not given birth. Bertha is this one here. There we go. Right, I'll be able to read your comments now, guys. Random question, do sheep have phantom pregnancies? Not that I'm aware of, no. I mean, I don't really know because we pregnancy ultrasound them. So it's not like they tell us, oh, I'm pregnant. I feel pregnant. So I don't know. Does Cece go outside too? She will do, yes. I think she's already out there, so John's not put her out there, but I think she's already out. Hi Vicky. Guys, if you're just joining, there's a U in the way, which is terribly marked. Apparently that says 21, John says. I think it looks like RL. Oh, there's Cece. She's running. She's got zoomies and Colette's come back in. can't see them, so we just have to make sure he doesn't crash into them. So that's what that is there. Ted's just pushing up their feed in a skid steer. But if you're just joining, this sheep laying down here, she's in labour. How do you recognise the names? Because they're different. I don't really know, but they have different markings and characteristics. But yeah, most of them don't have names, but the ones that do, it's a bit like, how do you recognise your dogs? Like, they're just, your dog is different from someone else's dog, if that makes sense. Like, all the sheep are different. I can't get rid of us that easily. I'm good, Thea. How are you? They want to stay with Lottie. Yeah. I mean, it's more that Colette will want to stay indoors because the food is much easier indoors. Whereas when she's outside, she's got to go and find the food, like the grass. Oh my goodness. Whereas when she's in here, it's just like served up in front of her twice a day. I didn't know that ewes could have horns. Yeah, so a lot of sheep, the females have horns and the males have horns. Not all males have horns, not all females have horns. So it's just down to the breed rather than the gender. However, if a male does have horns, oh, she's giving a push. And if the male does have horns, they'll be much thicker. So they're fairly thin on a ewe or on a female, but they would be thicker and like chunkier, girthier horns if they're on an uncastrated male. And the castrated males are very similar to the females. We've just had an order for a meat box from Declan. Thank you, Declan, for your meat box order. So guys, if you don't know, we sell lamb, beef, pork and mutton direct to the public. We also do meat raffles. There's links in our bio. Well, I don't know if I can... Oh, hold on, that's not what I wanted. I'm not really sure how I do this. I don't think I can comment something. But maybe someone can comment the link to our website. It's lancashirelambboxes.co.uk. You have an all-white cow. She looks pretty. Yeah, we have quite a few. They're not quite all white though, technically. They have like grey in them. So in a minute, this sheep will hopefully move out of the way, and the one behind her is giving birth. I'll just see if we can get a better view. Look at Simon and Torty just here and there. There's the other ewe that's just given birth. So it's up and drinking, well, trying to drink. So that hoof, I said I didn't like the colour of the... Hold on. I don't want to bother her. But basically the ewe laying down, she's in labour, but I didn't like the colour of the sack. It looked very dark, which is a sign usually of complications. It's quite yellow, yeah. Thank you. So this sheep is in labour, guys, if you're just joining. I don't know if I can write something on the screen. So it's very yellowy goo, isn't it? Which is a sign that the lamb's been a little bit stressed for whatever reason. So again, higher chance of complications, but we're here to help if need be. So she's due to have just one lamb. She's making really good progress. So yeah, we've got just under 100 head of cattle at the moment. We have had more, but in the winter we always decrease numbers because we don't have enough barn space for them basically, and we can't afford another barn, so we increase numbers and then decrease numbers, mainly decrease them through putting them into our meat boxes, so because we sell beef to the public, so that's mainly how we decrease numbers. We just don't replenish them.
just checking the other sheep. Can't see the other one that was being really suspicious. There's that new one there. Even though we'll make an AI of Simon and Torty. I know, but sometimes they look really like AI. So yeah, I need to do something. We need to get some Torty merch in particular, don't we? Do you separate them after birth? No, so the only time that we separate them is when the lambs are old enough, more than old enough to be weaned. We will wean the lambs off the ewe so that the ewe doesn't lose too much weight in trying to look after a lamb that doesn't actually need milk anymore. So about 5 or 6 months, basically. So if you're just joining, guys, this sheep here is in labour. I don't know if there's any way for me to write anything on the screen. How do you show support in here? I think there's like technically not so many things as TikTok, but basically you can subscribe to us. You can like the live, I think, by tapping the screen. I think you can send some sort of a gift thing. It's called like a super chat or something, but they're quite, I think the cheapest one is like £2, so they're not very cheap. So please don't feel that that's something to do. I'd rather you bought a raffle ticket. But just by being here, we get paid for you watching this live. We don't get paid for people watching the lives on TikTok. Obviously we get TikTok gifts, but we get paid for our video views on TikTok. But yeah, we actually get paid for the live views on YouTube, and it's not so heavily censored. I prefer it, in all honesty, but I do also love a TikTok live. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to message John really quick, guys. Just to tell him I need a battery pack. So bear with me a minute. Sorry guys, I do apologise. I don't know if the live ended, like paused, or what happened, but I just needed to message John to let him know. It looks like a very big lamb by the size of the hooves, but also a little bit hard to tell from this angle, but so she's got plenty of milk by the looks of the size of her udder. Looks like we've got a nose there as well. I'll just zoom you in a minute. Yeah, only pause for a moment. Oh, awesome. Also, guys, don't forget on YouTube, if you click out of YouTube, it puts you, like, when you come back into the live, it might not be live. So just every now and then you have to like click live, if that makes sense. Also, you can share the live, so you can share the link to this like on your socials or with people that you think might be interested. And don't forget to like the live. Is the sound gone? I don't know. Can you hear me? Oh, no. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You can hear. I can hear the sound of... Has the farm been the family for many years? No. So my husband and I just moved up here. So all of our family's in Sussex, and we live in Lancashire. So there's 300 miles apart. So no, we've lived here for 4.5 years. It'll be 5 years in August that we've lived here. Why does that person keep telling me to put my hood up? It's a bit random, really. You can't even see me. Sound is still here. Okay, fair enough. So I'm not keen on the colour of the lamb. But the ewe hasn't been going for a really long time. But just to pre-warn you, there is a chance, or higher chance, it feels like it could be a more risky chance of perhaps stillborn or complications. Just to bear that in mind. I'm not saying that that is the case at all, but just to give you what is the thoughts in my head
so that people can, see what's going on. A backward sound, yay! Sheeping, lots of sheeping. Doing lots of sheeping. Sheeping. I wish I was sleeping. How do you decide which to slaughter and what to keep to become a breeding sheep? It's a good question, Zoe. Mainly down to their breed, in all honesty. But so it depends what we're aiming for in the animals. Oh, David P has just placed an order. Thank you very much for your meat box order, David. I don't know if you're here, but thank you very much. She is giving birth right now, yes. I really need to put... Can someone put in the comments, can someone write this exact thing? This sheep is giving birth right now. Stay tuned to watch the birth, or something like that, basically. But this sheep is giving birth right now, and then I can pin it. Oh yeah, the capitals one. Let's do it that. Pin message. There we go. Then hopefully more people will see it. Thank you guys. You're all legends. You all did it. Oh bless you. I've got one. Thank you guys. So guys, don't forget as well, if you're watching the live, make sure you are watching it live. So if you click on the screen, it should at the bottom show you as if like you're watching a video. There's like the little bar and it tells you like where you are in that video or how much of the video you've watched. Make sure it's right at the very end, because YouTube is really easy to actually be watching something that's like 20 seconds late or 2 minutes late sort of thing. When you moved to this farm, did you buy the farm with the sheep? That's a really good question. So normally people do, but we did not. So there was no sheep on our farm. Just wanted to take a peek to see if I could spot that other ewe that was being a bit suspicious. Oh, she's just over there. She's not being suspicious currently. And there's our new lamb there. Everybody seems to be doing all right. We've had such a busy day. But it's lovely weather outside, so we can do it a bit quicker, get them in and out. When you come off of YouTube later, you need to chuck me mod. I can chuck your mod here. Sorry, I thought you were a mod already, I'll be honest, Cody. She doesn't seem to be pushing now. No, she's not, is she? She's not really getting on with it. But she has made decent progress. And sometimes they do just take a bit of a breather. John should hopefully be coming with a battery pack charger. If we disappear, guys, I won't be long. But I've got 13% still, so he said it'd be 2 minutes. How's the ewe from earlier where the mum was headbutting it? Just down there in a pen. They seem to be doing a bit better. So we'll see. Don't be suspects. Don't be suspects. We have got plenty of mods. Thank you, guys. Could I send you some good English tea? Oh gosh, I don't drink tea, so I don't know what makes good English tea. Can I zoom in? I can do, yeah. I was trying to pin a comment earlier, then realised we was on YouTube, not TikTok. Is the lamb colour concerning? It is, yes. Not horrendously, but it is, from my point of view as a farmer, that's something I'm very aware of. You should sell some in your storefront. You think? Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. The audacity. The absolute audacity. Come in here having a fight. She's like, I want to sit there. I want to sit there. So if you're just joining, guys, this sheep here is in labour. I will pre-warn you though, there's more chance of complications. Just because she's a small sheep, she's in the barn because we think she's higher risk of complications anyway, but also because she has quite dark amniotic fluid, so coming out the back, I'll zoom you in, you can see it's quite dark yellowy colour. That is because the lamb has pooed basically. Is Colette the cow pregnant? Well, hopefully Kit, but we don't know for sure. It's too early, so if she is, she's only about a week pregnant. But if she is, wouldn't it be amazing? Her and Bosie as well. We'll find out in a few weeks' time, but if they did get pregnant when they were served, but they would both calve around New Year, so there's a chance that some people are more likely to have time off work. So that would be quite nice. Do you think this ewe will need your help, or are you not concerned yet? I don't think she currently needs my help, but I'm quite aware that there's a chance that, well, there's always a chance, but there's a higher chance that I might need to help her. Because she's a smaller ewe and it looks like quite a big lamb, but she is making good progress, so that's really good. Oh, the one that had a fight is now digging a hole in the ground, nesting a bit. But also, yeah, because of the colour mainly. You got a suction pump to try clear the airway? No, we don't. We don't have one. I don't really know many farmers that do, in all honesty. But basically what we would do is clear the face whilst they're giving birth if we're concerned about the level of fluid, and obviously pop the sac. So there's like a big bag, a sack of feet. It's not a sack of feet. A sack of fluid around the lamb, just like there is around us as humans. And we'd just like try and pop that before the lamb is born, if we can, if it hasn't popped on its own. So she should just have one lamb, which makes it a higher risk for her because she's a small sheep. So for her to have one lamb, a single lamb is usually bigger than a set of twins. Oh, here comes John, hopefully with a battery pack and charger. Hi Bean. So we're just watching this ewe here, but as I say, the fluid is very, very dark. So there's a reasonable chance. Thank you, my love. Huh? Yeah, she's pretty dark. Ian and Taz, they said they were about an hour away, but that was, yeah. Perfect. Can you just check the one that's out of silage clump that you brought in? The big ewe. Do you know the one I mean? She's a bit scruffy and dirty. Yeah. She had fluid earlier, but not a lot, but just some. And we've just had, you won't believe it, but we've just had one of them ewes lamb. I don't know if she's got milk, in fairness. But she wants the lamb. Yeah. That's the one from earlier. Huh? Yeah, agreed. Also, that ewe there doesn't like at least one of her lambs, so I put one of the orphans that we dotted, we didn't have a mum for, I put it in the pen with her, and I'll just see what happens. So she keeps sitting like a dog. Sorry guys, we're just having a quick catch up. John's mum isn't. No, she left at 6 something this morning. John was wondering if... Oh yeah, of course it is. I've literally just looked at it. She was doing like a weird pushy thing just now. I thought that was Harry. Sorry. Oh gosh. But John's brother and his fiancée are still up. However, they're called Ted and Shan, by the way. I should probably just give them their names, but Ted is John's brother and then Shan is his fiance. But basically they are staying with us, but they are going home. They're leaving about 5 p.m. So they're looking after Beatrice at the moment. And we've got some more of our friends coming up. Basically everyone's coming to, oh, that's a good push. Good push, good push, good push. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. So if you're just joining us, she is in labour. Basically in 8 minutes. Yeah, pretty much. You don't need to apologise for being late, don't worry. You're fine. I say you're fine. I mean, you're not fine if you're poorly, but you're allowed to not be here. If you need to sleep, go sleep. It's never nice when you're poorly. Is it, girl? Hey? She's like, I wouldn't know. I've never been poorly in my life. I'm just feeling a little bit poorly right now. I've got a bit of a stomachache. Are you starting to struggle? Farmer's son speaking. Yeah, I mean, we're aware of that, but she is still making good progress herself. So she's moved pretty fast, to be fair, because she didn't have anything out before we came over here, and then she had a bag out, and then now she's got 2 feet and a nose. So she's making good progress. But yeah, I don't like the colour of the discharge, obviously, but well, not discharge, but the fluid. We're not keen on that, but we know that. I went back to bed for a few hours. I don't like missing the lives. Oh, how's the little lamb a month from now? Oh, I think we lost signal or something then. I'm not really sure what happened then, but it said that I wasn't live and now I'm back live. It's back. But yeah, the ewe is doing well-ish. I'm not happy with it, but yeah, she is giving birth as well, yeah. She is a different sheep to the one that we had earlier. The one that we had earlier is just there with her lamb. She's doing a fabulous job. This one here is also a bit strange, and the one in the corner is sitting like a dog, but she kind of does that quite often. She's been doing that for the last 3 days. Not really sure why, but sometimes they just do that. But this ewe here is definitely giving birth. I can see 2 feet and a nose. And don't forget to drop us a follow or subscription or subscribe or whatever it's. I don't know. Yeah, subscribe. Like and subscribe. Yeah, so all of the sheep are pregnant, apart from the ones that have given birth, obviously. But all of the sheep are pregnant. We've got an escapee piglet come in. It's really annoying. We do not want the pigs in here. John will be in here in a minute, so he'll come and remove it. I reckon I'll give her about 5 more minutes. So she is making progress, but I just don't like the colour. How's the grey mum? And they're doing all right. She was letting it drink earlier. Thought I'd lost the plot when I was watching the one had the black lamb, and now this is another ewe. No, you're all right. Look at this. Nightmare. It keeps breaking in under the gate because it just wants to root in the straw. It doesn't cause any trouble, but it's too big. I don't mind the tiny piglets breaking in, but that one is too big for me to be in here. When do you intervene? What are the indicators to help them? So I would intervene if the lamb was incorrectly positioned. I would intervene if the ewe wasn't making any progress for about an hour. I would intervene immediately if I thought there was, like, the lamb was coming out and the sac hadn't burst and it was like coming out straight away. Mainly, if the ewe is struggling and she's like stuck for whatever reason, whether that be because the lamb is really big or she's tired or whatever. But mainly for us, our biggest problem that we see is incorrect positioning and then the ewe gets stuck. Isn't it time to help the ewe? Yes, I'm going to leave her about until 5 o'clock. She is still making progress, and I am happy with how she's doing. Also, don't forget, guys, this isn't the first ewe that you saw. If you joined the live at the beginning, that was a different sheep. So this sheep hasn't been going the whole duration of this live. Just to remind anyone that's just joining. Yeah, don't forget to like the live. So if you just double tap on the screen, it does help. So thank you. So if I do have to help her, guys, I will try and give you the best view that I can, but obviously do bear in mind that I have to deal with her and the lamb first. But I will try and show you as much as I possibly can. I just don't know what that will end up looking like or how close you'll be, but I'll at the very least talk you all through everything as to what I'm doing and what I can feel. Ugly dog. It's a bit of a woolly dog, isn't it? We intervene if she's struggling like she is and the sack is of that colour. Yeah, different farmers will do different things. But I can see the lamb is correctly positioned and she hasn't been going for a really long time. I know she hasn't because I've been here. So, rightly or wrongly, you do you, boo, I'll do me, boo, and all will be fine. All farmers do things differently. I don't understand YouTube. I've been tapping loads and don't even know if it's registered tapping hearts and no idea. Yeah, I see hearts going up on the screen from things. I don't really understand either. How long have you owned sheep? Well, I've been with my husband for 10 years, just over 10 years. So I've been farming. Technically, I was with an ex-boyfriend for a year before that as well, and he was a farmer, but I didn't really do much farming. He didn't get me involved in any of that. I just sat in the tractor with him. Is that a horse? No, it's a sheep. Right, I'm just preparing to go and give her a hand / at least to see what's going on. So do bear with me. The camera is going to be a bit wobbly bobbly for a bit. Let's take my jumper off. Oh, it's coming out now. Brilliant. It was just the threat of me. Hold on, guys. It's coming out now. So as I say, we don't know how this lamb is or anything. There is a higher chance that it could be stillborn or complications, but I'm pretty sure it is alive. I could be wrong. Let me investigate. Yep, it is alive. It was typical, wasn't it? I said I'd give her until 5 o'clock. I was just starting to take my rings off and my jumper off. The lamb is so yellow because for some reason, I don't really know why, because she's made good progress and it was correctly positioned. But for some reason, the lamb got stressed. And because it got stressed, it pooed itself, basically. But I don't really know why. It's just one of those things sometimes. But yeah, so she'll just lick it and it will go back to white. But basically, it's covered in poo. So it's quite dark. But obviously the lamb is alive. Obviously, name her 5. I can't believe that bang on 5 p.m. I said I'd give her until 5 before I stepped in. It's fascinating sometimes. She's being a very good mum. What's hanging out? So that's just a water bag. So it's part of the sack that was around the lamb. Well, there's like 2 sacks, but that's part of it. It's just filled with amniotic fluid, basically. But it's fine. So she'll eat the sack off of it or lick it off of it. Yeah, she's doing a brilliant job. Yeah, I love watching it too. It's my job, but it's my favourite bit of the year. It really is. Also, if you're just joining as well, Lottie at the end, the cow there, she's my pet cow, but she's due to calve mid-April, so we'll have her on a live stream like we have done in the past. So do make sure you follow along with how she's getting on. She'll be going on a live stream. We have got a moo call calving sensor, but I don't know if it will still work or not. So I don't know if we'll have that on or not. But we have used it in the past. But they want me to make videos, and I don't really do the whole video thing. We do live streams, and I can't make a video whilst I'm live streaming, and they want me to tag them, but I can't tag them in a live stream. So we'll see how we get on. I find it fascinating. Yes. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Where's the backseat farmer's son gone? Telling you to intervene for nothing. I wonder. They all go very quiet. The thing is, it's easy, and I probably find myself doing it. I would never comment, obviously, but I find myself going, oh, clear the face, and, you know, things like that when I watch other people's sheep give birth. But we have to remember, viewing it through the phone is incredibly different to experiencing it in person, when I've got multiple different perspectives. I know the sheep, I've seen her every day, you know. You get more of a feeling, and it is more of like a sense that as farmers you can never probably explain, and we probably don't even know that we're experiencing that weird like sense of what's going on. But I'm sure it is real. Yeah, do you think it's a girl or a boy? Pink or blue hearts in the chat, guys. Why do some of the sheep have blue or purple dye? So the blue is just a random mark. So we bought this ewe in, and someone else has put a blue mark on her, probably to mark that they were selling her or something. We don't know. The purple is her scanning mark. So because it's above her shoulder, that means she's scanned for a single lamb. Whereas if it was more by her bottom, by her tail, that means she was ultrasound scanned for 2 lambs, so twins. Oh, lots of boys, mainly. Oh, I don't know, maybe, what do we think? More girls or more boys? And the red dot, they've all got a red dot. You can't see hers at the moment, it's on the other side. But the red dot on their left, like, rib is what we call it. But basically, in the middle of them, on the left, that is just their flock mark. So that just basically indicates that they live on our farm. So not all sheep have a flock mark, but most hill farmers will put a flock mark on their sheep if they particularly have common grazing. So our sheep go up onto something called a fell, which is common grazing, where lots of farmers can all put their sheep up there. So you can see this one already much faster, considering it had, from its point of view, a more traumatic birth. From my point of view, she's done really well, but the lamb was stressed, but it's already up and trying to walk, whereas that other ewe had to be like pawing at it to try and get it to stand up, and that's just difference in breeds. So the Dutch spotted, we've found that the Dutch spotted genetics have really left the lambs being just a little bit lacking in oomph when they're first born. They do get up and get on fine once they're up and about, but yeah, they have just been lacking in oomph a little bit. Ours look like a rainbow with various colour marks on them for various reasons. Some still covered in raddle with no sign of it disappearing soon. No, so the sprays and the crayons and stuff tend to stay on until you shear them. So when we first moved up, we had rainbow sheep. If you go on our website, so Lancashire Lamb Boxes, you'll see the sheep on the home screen as like multicoloured, and all of our sheep looked like that when we first moved up, and we really loved it, but all of our neighbours used to laugh and joke about us, so we took the laugh and joke and made it the home screen of our website. Can you use her liquid to adopt one of the pet ones on? We could have done, yes, but I don't think she has got milk, to be fair. But I just didn't like the colour of the fluid. maybe I should have done, I don't know, but I'm not too desperate to foster any of them on as such. The one that I want to get bottle, the one to like get on with like having a mum, I don't think would take a mum. If a sheep passed from natural causes, does it go for meat? No, it can't. So it has to be collected by a knackerman and like disposed of. So it's then category 1 waste. Well, I think it's category 1. It's category something waste, but it basically, for the company that we use, they turn it into some sort of oil and then it gets burnt in power stations and makes electricity, which is pretty cool. It's a lovely healthy lamb. Yeah, it is, other than the colour of it is not so great, but that's fine. That doesn't mean it's an ill lamb. It's a nice strong lamb by the looks of things, so that's good. Really happy with that. There's the other one, the black one just there. And Torty and Simon. They're snuggled in together. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else lambing at the moment, but obviously, as I say, that can change at any point. But John's going to come down soon and put some more straw down, particularly in this corner up here, where all that water came through the other day. It's sitting really wet, so it's not very nice. So the sheep don't want to go in that corner, which is good. I don't want them in the corner, but yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's the joys of being on a farm where everything seems to fall apart at the same time. That's what they're doing with our food waste now. It's annoying having a bin of food waste outside. Yeah. Naughty Torty and Simon, I know, they're cute. Oh. Oh, she thought that lick bucket had something in it, but it's empty. I've just been using it to sit on. Look, that lamb's like feisty on the milk over there. Doing a brilliant job. Amazing job. Yeah. These guys just chilling mainly, aren't they? This one there, under my finger, laying down. She was being very suspicious earlier. Like butter wouldn't melt, I know. Too many internet beds, yeah. It's great they're using our food waste for energy, but the animals love sniffing around the bins. Yeah, I can imagine. What gets me is that they're collecting our rubbish every 3 weeks now. So we don't have a recycling bin. Nobody collects from us because we're like too far out, I guess. I don't really know. I used to have to take, we do have a rubbish collection, but we used to have to take our rubbish bin half a mile to where they would collect it from. And one of our neighbours that lives on the farm, because there's more of us, it's not just us that live down on the farm, there's some other houses and they're like sold off separately. Sorry. So that's just the water bag, so that's just like amniotic fluid, but again incredibly dark in that top one. The bottom one looks normal, but the top one is incredibly dark, which is a bit strange. We may find out one day what that was from, but we probably will likely never find out why it's that colour. It doesn't actually look so bad at the bottom of that top sack. It is clearer, but who knows? At least the lamb is out. That's what matters there. Obviously we keep a close eye on her. But yeah, so we used to have to take our wheelie bin, including our elderly neighbour. They wanted her to take her wheelie bin half a mile up a 250-foot steep incline of our drive. Have we got many ewes left to lamb? Yeah, so we technically only started on the 1st of April, but they seem to have like flown out with full force. So yeah, we were expecting it for the ewes that are in the barn, so not including the ones that are outside, which we've got just under half of our sheep in the barn. but we were expecting it to be about 6 a day to give birth, but we'd had 8 give birth before I'd even had my breakfast this morning. So we're definitely on double digits, and that's just in the barn. So we emptied all of the pens earlier, but they're all full apart from that one and then that end one. So I've only got 2 empty pens, but I've got 2 ewes that I could pen up if need be, but we'll see how they get on because they're just singles. So if I have a twin, then I'll definitely pen that up. But as long as I know who's who, then I'm not so worried about the singles getting penned up. The twins, though, it's Simon. You right, Simon? How were the wet adoptions? Some of them, the black twins. No, both of the black twins died. So one got hypothermic, and then one, I don't want to say it was the ewe, but I feel like it was possibly the ewe. I think she laid on it, but I don't know. A dark water bag usually indicates the lamb is full term and ready to be born. I think that's an AI answer, is that? I would assume. Or like a Google answer in terms of the water bag indicates that the lamb is ready to be born. Yes, but a dark water bag like that, I would say, is an indication of something not being correct or normal. So the bottom one, that's quite normal. You sometimes see it before they give birth, but it's more common after they've given birth. So there's like a yellowy one first, then you get the lamb, then you get the slightly like darky, almost like red water bag that's like at the very bottom. But that one at the top is almost like brown. Now that's not normal, but it is red at the bottom of that sack. So it is possible that she's just pooed on it or something, but it just looks very browny. So that's a little boy as well. So we've had 2 boys. Good job. So yeah, there we go. Another ewe lambing all by herself, doing a fabulous job. And an escapee piglet. Look at her. She thinks she owns the place, doesn't she? Piglets are so naughty. The ewes going to get mad at her. Or is she? I don't know. The piglets just like to root in the straw. Oh, yes. Right, guys, we're going to have to go because I ought to go and say goodbye because my brother-in-law and his girlfriend, they need to... Oh, fiancé. They are driving back to Sussex now. So I need to go and say goodbye. I also need to retrieve my daughter. Oh, Cece's broken back in. So yeah, it could be a bit of an infection potentially. We'll keep an eye on the ewe, obviously. But we're aware of it, but she's not showing any signs to me of infection. She looks happy and healthy otherwise, but as I say, we'll keep an eye and then go from there. But right, I will make a move, but thank you very, very much for being here. We really do appreciate you guys spending time with us, learning about what we do and seeing what we do. We will be back live later on. I'm not sure what time it will be. Possibly on YouTube, possibly on TikTok. If you aren't already in the Discord, then join the Discord and I will tell you where I'll be, or it will automatically notify you when we are live. I don't really know how I send you the code though, that's the only thing. Comment on one of my videos. Like, comment on my recent video and I'll reply with the code. I don't really know what I don't know what the link is, so I don't know how to send it to you otherwise. So I'll copy the link and yeah, comment for the Discord. Don't forget the ID. Yeah, it's a good shout actually. It is just here. So hold on. Right, bear with me. Put it in there. John's moving the cattle about at the moment. Sorry, darling. There we go. Sorry, you didn't really have much of a view of that, but there we go. Right. We shall say goodbye, but I will be back later on. Comment on one of my videos if you want the Discord. It has to be a video, not this live. Oh, someone's put the... Oh, it's in the chat. It's in the chat. Yeah, we'll be live. If you have your notifications on, we'll be live either on TikTok or YouTube. So we'll see you later on. There's Bertha. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you. Take care. Thank you very much. We really do appreciate you being here. See you later.